Morning, y'all. Bud Light coming to you live from the rec room at the Take You To Trailer Park in beautiful downtown Nonsuch, Georgia. It's very pleasant outside today since the hurricane passed through. Fortunately, Sally did go around my roses. I tried harder than usual to keep the mood light on our trip to Walmart this week. Mulva has been under a lot of stress from her responsibilities with our church, the Full Gospel Original Church of God. Both the Crystal Palace and the Little Church in the Valley are presenting challenges right now. I wanted to give Mulva something else to think about other than church business. It's not often I can drag Mulva into a political discussion, but I continue to try. I baited my dear wife with the idea of a Trump second term. Her response was that the Pidgin French I learned in Vietnam would come in handy in our move to Montreal. Well, I had a good laugh at that one, and the mood had definitely lightened by the time we pulled into the Walmart parking lot. Mulva went off to look for toilet paper and Clorox wipes, and I went to dumpster dive the bargain movie bins. I wanted to see if I could come up with something more to my liking for date night. You have all heard about the solitary man debacle. I must have looked quite a sight in my mask and gloves rummaging through the bargain movies. I was elated to find a copy of Michael Moore's latest movie in the $5.99 bin. Michael Moore's movies do not play at the theaters in our neck of the woods. In fact, Michael Moore is a bit of a pariah in our area since he's constantly pointing out things that could be done way better. It's very odd to me that my neighbors have forgotten that our country was founded by a bunch of people who were unhappy with how things were going and decided to make a change. Unfortunately, my neighbors look to Fox News for insight into today's pressing problems. It is my belief that Fox News' version of what the Founding Fathers were thinking is shaped by how the advertisers want the Founding Fathers to think. The general public's lack of knowledge of our history and of our civics plays directly into the hands of the Fox News false prophets. Ironically, education, or the lack thereof, is one of the topics brought up in Michael Moore's movie, Where to Invade Next. A very insightful movie. It's sad that the people who need to see it the most never will. The general public will continue to accept being mid-range of every societal measuring stick because the manipulators of the airwaves, like Fox News, want the people to remain ignorant of better choices, better ways of doing things. Here are some interesting benchmarks from the movie for where the United States stands in the world. The U.S. ranks 14th in education. We rank second in child poverty. The U.S. ranks 33rd in acceptance of evolution. We rank second in ignorance. The U.S. ranks 50th in life expectancy. And we rank 22nd in freedom of the press. Obviously, a low number is not good in some things, like child poverty and ignorance, nor is a high number good in things like freedom of the press or acceptance of scientific certainties. The point being that for all of the huff and puff about we're number one, we're not number one in any area except COVID cases. Think about it. India has 4 times our population, and we have 4 times the number of COVID cases as India. Be honest. When you think of India, do you think of clean, sanitary conditions? The movie points out that we don't even break the top 10 in any of the areas that make a society a better society, like healthcare, education, or quality of life. Is that just happenstance? Or are the goals just too hard to achieve? Moore's movie points out that many countries, far less blessed than the United States, are finding a way to provide free college educations to their citizens. They provide cradle-to-the-grave health care and even family leave for the birth of a child. Apparently, better societies are a result of the priorities for the society being set by the 99%, not the 1%. Believe it or not, the movie does not doom the U.S. to the scrap heap of history like the Roman Empire. Moore offers the hope that things can change overnight, kind of like taking down the wall at Berlin. The people just need to demand the change. Man the ramparts.